Hello everybody, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching. Today is February 2nd, 2023. Okay, so some of y'all reacted to my video, especially on TikTok, about Priscilla having the money grab for Lisa's will, as trying to be a trustee on the will. Well, we've just discovered today that a news article has come out that Lisa's business manager at the time, Mr. Siegel, had actually procured Priscilla a $900,000 annual salary. And Lisa didn't find out about it until 2016, when she was saying her business manager, Mr. Siegel, was doing things in his own interest and not in the best interest of her and Graceland. So when she figured that out, when she brought a lawsuit against Mr. Siegel, they found out that Priscilla was getting $900,000 a year for doing nothing. She was no longer an executive for Graceland. She was not working for Graceland or for EP Enterprises, and she was only as a trustee. She wasn't representing or working for the firm at all. And Lisa found out, and she said, "Wait a minute, he procured my mother $900,000 a year salary for doing nothing, and he didn't do anything for me." That is why Lisa took her mama and Mr. Siegel off it as trustees and put just her children. She only left her children on there. So people were saying that Priscilla is not going for a money grab. She didn't even tell her daughter she was getting $900,000 a year from Elvis Presley Enterprises or the estate, whatever it was. But Lisa wasn't even getting a salary. She had actually taken over leadership of the Graceland and the EP Enterprises. So you all tell me this is not a money grab. This is not about protecting her grandchildren. This is about getting more money, because if she's as an executor, she gets paid for expenses for being an executor. So Lisa found out and didn't like that, and she took her mother off. Now, there was a settlement, and they haven't talked about what the settlement was between her and Mr. Siegel, because it was a 2-year legal case. But there was a settlement, and I don't know how Priscilla, how she fared in that. But evidently there was some huge changes, and Lisa meant to take her mother off as trustee, as she did Mr. Siegel. Let me tell you, I know Priscilla has done a lot to get Graceland to where it is. She worked along with some really smart people to get it to be the tourist spot that it is. And nobody's taking anything away from that. And when she was working for the enterprises, I agree, she should have been paid, and she did a lot of work. But when she left employment, and she had no stake, she had no shares in the firm anymore, then she shouldn't have been paid. And if she was getting paid, it should have been at the behest of her daughter, not Lisa's business manager, who didn't even tell Lisa. So let's talk about that. That came out of Lisa's money, okay? Lisa was getting paid, got paid $100 million when she sold her shares, but her mother was still getting paid, y'all, almost $1 million a year. You don't think that would have caused a division between her and her daughter? And you don't think that she's trying to, now that Lisa's gone, and she's trying to get her hands back in it so she can get more money from the Elvis Presley Estate or Graceland? I'm sorry, I think she is. So it's all going to come out in the wash. Don't take my word for it. I'm not trying to put her down. I'm just saying Lisa had every right to take her mother off of the trustee. And Priscilla just mad because she was taken off. I think Priscilla knew, because she knew that Lisa was taking Mr. Siegel to court. So she knew. She's not unaware of what was happening. She is very aware. She was very aware. And that's why they weren't getting along, evidently. That's part of the reason they weren't getting along in the past few years. So everybody's now coming out and saying they were not even talking in the past few years because of the differences. So, you know, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but, you know, I'm going to sit here and watch it all roll out just like the rest of you. But it feels like a money grab, because if Lisa took her off of the trustee list, evidently she had a reason to, and now there's documentation to say why she did it. So there's no more guessing in that, okay? So anyway, y'all have a great day, you all. I just tell you, you know, if you're going to have a will, especially people with a lot of money, even us ordinary people, make sure you have a will that's written. It has the desire of where you want your money to go, and let people know what you're doing, especially the people who are close to the will, and sign off and appropriately record it, so that when you pass away, that, you know, there is no surprises at the end. That's best for everybody, because you know the lawyer's going to eat up your inheritance or your assets just to pay the bills, right? So you want to make sure your family get everything they can get that you want to leave for them. So anyway, I'm just saying, okay? All right. So anyway, y'all have a great day. We will talk about this later, okay? But blessings.